Get yourself to okjersey.com, where you can buy all the best football shirts around, including the amazing vintage Spurs tops I wear on this channel. But I think the Spurs shirt you'll really want is, of course, the absolutely magnificent Tottenham 1901 FA Cup winners 125-year anniversary top, available in both short and long sleeve. And as if that wasn't enough, if you go onto their website and like the look of one of their shirts, choose your size, get your name and a number on the back, or the Champions League badge on the sleeve as well if you're that way inclined, then go to checkout, type the word BARN into the coupon section. That's BARN as in short for Barnaby, and when you do, you'll get 8% off your purchase. Get yourself to okjersey.com, or if you're too lazy to go to the website, just scan the QR code that's on the left of me throughout this video. Enjoy!
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel for the Tottenham versus Leeds Premier League. 8th 6-pointer in a row for Spurs, realistically, but with a bit of momentum this time and an unchanged side, with the team being picked by, of course, our main man, Roberto De Zerbi. So it is Kinski, Porro, Udogie on the left, Danso and Van der Ven, Bentancur, Polinia, Gallagher, Tell, Kolo Muani, Richarlison up front. I'm being a bit stuttery because, as ever, my stream is a bit worrying. I'm hoping it's going to be okay, but it's a little bit worrying at the moment, the stream, which isn't ideal for me. So I'm going to keep an eye on some other options. But let me know how you're feeling about this game in the comments. I think it's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. I think Leeds, who do have a few players out, but they are unbeaten away from home in a long, long time. And we haven't won at home in a long, long time. So on that basis, you'd think it would be a hard game, but I'm hoping that maybe they got on the piss a little bit yesterday, Leeds, having found out that they are mathematically safe from relegation. And therefore, we go. Steve W says he's just looking to go to the pub for the second half again. Well, you know, what's not to like about the pub, guys? But no, my dream is to watch this game with you guys as the players start to come out in the tunnel, or of the tunnel. But yeah, my stream is just flashing on and off. Really frustrating. Let me see if I can get a better one. Gary Riddell, good to see you, mate. And you say, if we play like the first half last week, we'll be absolutely fine. And they've got the Together Always Tifo going. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Just want to see if I can get a stream on here. Yeah, struggling stream-wise. Okay, this might give me a chance. Can you still see me when I'm on this other website, I wonder? Daddy-O USA says, first time here. Welcome to the channel. Please do give me a subscribe. Do give me a like. I think we might just have to go with the mobile phone stream, unfortunately. But it seems to be the best option. Although even that's backing out a little bit now as well. Very frustrating. Okay, I've got a good stream here on my computer, but let me know in the chat when I'm watching this stream. Can you still see and hear me? That's the question. So I'm watching it now. Let me know in the chat if you can still see and hear me, and I will. I'll bounce back to see whether you're letting me know in the chat whether you can see me or not, because my TV stream has completely gone out the window. Chandy says we can see and hear you all good. Okay, I'm loving that. Brilliant. Faultless at the moment. Love that, lads. Love that. Okay, well then I think, you know, I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like we've got a half decent stream on the computer. Joe Brown says, come on, you fucking Spurs, most important game in 48 years. Yeah. I don't think you're miles wrong there, mate. It's absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. And frankly, do anything for a win. But Leeds are a dangerous side as the trumpeter gets going. And the fans sing when the Spurs go marching in. Who are we thinking could be our saviours today? I've got a horrible feeling that the referees are going to try and basically make up for what happened in that Arsenal West Ham game yesterday and take it out on us somehow. Not on purpose, but that it could happen somehow like that, which would be very frustrating indeed. Chandy says, want us to start fast, high full press, and get goal within the first 5 minutes. Yeah, totally agree with you. Sligo Spurs says, Leeds are quite tenacious. We can match and surpass that if we show the fire. All right, guys, 115 of you watching it. Thanks a lot. If you are not already a subscriber, please do press subscribe to the channel. I'm going to drop out the chat for the first half as I commentate along with you. And most importantly, of course, come on, you Spurs. And Leeds kick off. And it comes in towards Udogi. You gets it out for a throw-in. Match clock. I don't have a match clock, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. But a chance for Leeds to get the ball into the box. Early doors. Here it comes with a long throw. Of course it does. Danso does well. Udogi's actually done well. Second ball Leeds. Chance for a shot on the edge of the box, maybe. Here comes the cross. Oh, free header at the back of the box, but it goes out wide for a Spurs throw-in. And already we've got Porro with a little limp, but I think he's all right. I think he's all right. Apologies to Johan Berg for not having a match clock. Sorry about that. Mickey van der Ven just going to take that goal kick. Gives it to Kinski. Calvert-Lewin trying to press him. So he goes long, Kinski. Up towards Kolo brings it down nicely, Randall. Now, can he hold it up for once? No, he can't, unfortunately. He's outdone, but Polina wins that midfield. That should be a foul. Ref doesn't give it, of course not. Gallagher maybe could have got a foul too, but he doesn't. Okay, Kev Danso. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, my computer crashed. I've been talking for a while without realizing that you couldn't see me. Let me know in the chat if any of you can actually see me as Calvert-Lewin is caught offside. Let me know in the chat. Am I back? Can you see me? So sorry about that, guys. My computer turned itself off. I've got 3 minutes 43 on the clock. Okay, still here. Thank you very much. Okay, apologies. Really embarrassing for me. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I've got a stream on my computer. But I was trying to block the chat with my phone, and I actually pressed the off button on my computer. So there we go. All right, I'm going to just watch it on my TV for now as Leeds play it back towards their keeper. And Richarlison working hard. And the keeper has to go long. Goes over Danso, but Porro is there to sweep up. 4 minutes 16 gone on my stream. The computer is having a paddy at all of this. Of course it is. All right, Danso on the ball. Gallagher coming short for him. Again, the thing I love about De Zerbi ball is anyone who's on the ball always has options. Richarlison this time showed. Little bounce ball into his feet, gives it to Porro, gives it back to Danso. Big Kev now, just looking for an option. I think Leeds are quite happy for Kev to have the ball as he tries a big diag over towards Tell. James has to defend, but Tell wins the second ball. Oh, he doesn't quite, actually. Don't foul him here, Matisse. Well done. Matisse Tell wins an important throw in there. And are they going to wait for Kevin Danso to do long throw? No, they're not. Udogie goes short, and I like that. Polinia does well to turn away and gives it to Kev Danso, coming forward into midfield. He was tempted to play a between-the-lines ball there. Instead, he kind of fires one at Gallagher's feet, who deals with it quite well, but he's backing off now. Gives it to Kev Danso, who opens it out to Mickey van der Ven. Gives it into Polinia. Back to Mickey van der Ven. Interestingly, a journalist that I now work with was telling me today that he thinks, a Spurs fan journalist, by the way, telling me he thinks Mickey van der Ven is the most overrated defender in the Premier League. I have to say I could not disagree more. As Polinia runs into a bit of a blind alley, Tell helps him out, gives it to Udogie, back to Polinia, comes into Tell. Good stuff. Out to Danso. Spurs controlling this game at the moment. And again, they're letting Danso have the ball. This time Gallagher comes short for him. Out to Kolo Muani. Tries a little one-touch. Lovely stuff. Round the corner. Muani's in now. Oh, but he tries to cut back when maybe he should have crossed, but it comes back. Chance for the cross, but hits the first man. And then Calvert-Lewin comes and helps out. Porro can't bring the ball down, but Kolo Muani gets his body in the way well. Good lad. Doesn't quite win that one, but he's working hard, Kolo Muani. Leeds now try and play it out, but Richarlison in a great position. And Spurs win it high. Then it comes into Tell now. Turns it back round the corner to Udogie on the left. He goes down the line to Tell, who's in the box now. He's got to be strong. He is strong, but I think that's probably a goal kick. That's good defending, to be fair. Good defending. Oh my God, I've just realised it's Alan Smith on co-commentary. Fuck off. Anyway, De Zerbi already getting animated on the touchline. He's got his hoodie gilet on today. And there's an injury in the back line for Leeds, so I will get in the comments. Listenheim says, are our strikers the worst at hold-up play in the league? Wooden legs galore. Gardu says 4:16. When he said that, my stream's match clock said 5:30. I apologise. And Adam Zadig says, OMG, you're so old. That's true. I apologise. I apologise. John Lancaster says you're back. I appreciate that. Sorry for going away, guys. And yes, I'm a boomer. It was an accident. Apologies. As we wait for this Leeds injury situation to sort itself out, just a reminder, I will be back on my other stream after the game for a post-match review. Looks like there could be a bit of a broken nose situation here, actually, for, is it James Justin, maybe? De Zerbi already giving advice to Matisse Tell on the sideline as well. So this will be a couple of minutes at least added to showing what it is now. It's it's just a little hand in the face from Kolo Muani as he's turning. There's not much in it. Jared, in a week of important refereeing decisions, it's Jared Gillett refereeing today. 8 minutes 20 gone. Leeds will be pretty happy with how this gone. They managed to slow the game down and basically calm down the Spurs atmosphere. It's not going to be an easy game, this. Going to need the fans to really get behind the team, but it's been an okay start. We're trying to get on the ball, trying to make things happen. Darlow goes long with his goal kick. Bentancur's beaten in the air, but Van der Ven clears the second one. Bit of head tennis. Bentancur gets the ball down and then opens it out nicely to Porro. Really good stuff from Rodrigo Bentancur, who's been excellent since he's come back. Bentancur asking Porro to just calm it down a little bit. And Porro tries the through ball to Richarlison, who's onside, you know. His first touch was horrible, though. Such a shame. Such a shame. Great through ball from Porro. It's a brilliant run from Richarlison. He's about 3 yards onside. Such a shame. Oh, Gallagher just pressed the keeper, nearly won it off him. Oh, we could do with one of those mistake goals. Nice mistake goal from the opposition. Tottenham don't get much of that. We could do with a penalty. We could do with a bit of luck, something. Anyway, Doggy throws it down the line towards Gallagher. Can't get much on it. Leeds play the ball through towards Calvert-Lewin, but Danso is strong. And then Udogie helps him out into Van der Ven, who makes the right decision. Goes back to Udogie. Tries to play it down the line towards Tell. It goes off for a throw and he's applauded by De Zerbi. Takes the throw in early to Van der Ven, who opens it out to Big Kev Danso in his own box. Looking for an option. So he goes back to Kinski. He puts his foot on it. Of course he does. Waiting for someone to come and give him the option. Not being pressed in his own box. Just coming out of his own box now. Calvert-Lewin now coming towards him. And he nearly gets pressed as well. But he goes for the long one over towards Kolo Muani. It's one in the air by the defender. But Spurs win the second ball in midfield with Porro. He drops it back to Danso. Gives it into Bentancur. Takes it. Looking for a forward option. Goes to Porro and it comes back to Big Kev again. I think West Ham fans will be pretty happy with the start of this game. No early goal for Spurs. 11 minutes gone on my clock. As the Spurs fans try to get behind them with the big come on you Spurs. Danso now. Out wide. Oh, I tell you what. Palhinha had the ball at his feet and Kolo Muani made a great run for him, but he didn't find him. But he then comes short, gets it, and Spurs controlling the possession of this game. Into Gallagher in the inside left position. Tries to play a ball into an inverted Udogie who was making a run into the Leeds box, but too much on it, and that's a goal kick. Oh, Jared Gillett's already come to have a word at De Zerbi. This is so hilarious that referees come to have a word with De Zerbi when you watch Arteta every fucking game out of his technical area and they never even call him on it. Can you fucking believe that? Embarrassing. Anyway, goal kick's been taken by Leeds. Kolo Muani puts the press on. It comes to the right and Tell's nowhere to be seen. But Richarlison, brilliant. Gives it the long press and then calls on the Spurs fans to be louder. Oh, and Alan Smith being negative, of course. Fucking Arsenal prick on a Spurs game. It's stupid. But Leeds happy to slow this game down now. Not a surprise. Joe Rodon is going to take the throw in on the right. Ex-Spurs player, of course. Never really got a chance at Spurs. But Leeds fans love him. They're just slowing the game down now, Leeds. As the throw comes long down the line to Van der Ven. He wins the first one. Oh, and then Palhinha with not a great touch in the bizarre crossfield ball. And we get lucky. Falls to Porro. And actually, Porro's given it away. And Palhinha doing what Palhinha does and chasing around a lot. Gallagher got a foot in. Does really well, Gallagher. We've won it on the halfway line. Driving forward on the right now, Conor Gallagher. He goes for the big crossfield ball towards Matisse Tell. Now, how's your touch, Matisse? Brilliant. The fans love it. Now, find an option. He's driving to at Joe Rodon. Trying to get a cross option. Pulls it back to Udogie. Comes across. There's a chance on the edge of the box here for Polina. No, can't take a shot. So opens it out to Porro. We've got bodies in the box. Porro goes down the line to Kolo Muani, but his body shape's not good enough and he's going to end up fouling his man here. No, he doesn't. He does well actually to stand off it. And Spurs keep the ball with Porro this time. Back to Kolo Muani. And he wins a throw-in. Yeah, Kolo Muani knows that his touch wasn't ideal there, but now Danso is coming up for the long throw, which famously is, those of you who watch my regular watch-alongs will know, I think we've had 100 of these this season and not scored from one. We might have scored from a second phase of one, though, mightn't we? He's got an option to go short to Porro, though, here, Dan. So I wonder if he'll be tempted by that. Lots of bodies in the box. Van der Ven around Darlow, the keeper. And he does go short to Porro, who gives it back to Danso, who goes back to Porro, but there's too much on it, so he has to go left-footed cross towards the back stick. Rishi's up, wins the first one. Second one won by Leeds. Ball might come for a corner here, and it will. Chance for Spurs to get the corner in from the left-hand side. It'll be an in-swinger from Porro or Tell, I would have thought. Yeah, it looks like it'll be Tell with Porro staying on the edge of the box. Spurs second in the list of goals from corners this season. In fact, it's second in all the Premier League years. 16 this season. Wow. What would we have done without set-piece goals this season? Well, we'd be bottom of the league, I guess. Anyway, 14 minutes, 50 gone as Matisse Tell is going to bend in a corner. We could do with a set-piece goal here, that is for sure. Here comes the take. Goes right to the back stick. Too much on it. Richarlison then heads it. And Darlow can't keep it on. And that's a corner. Will Tell go? I think Tell's running all the way across the other way. With 15 minutes gone. I think Leeds will be relatively pleased with how it's gone so far, as will West Ham fans. You'd think West Ham fans would snap your hands off at a draw tonight, wouldn't you? I wonder if this game will be refereed any differently from corners after last night's absolute debacle. As again, Porro comes short. Is he going to take the corner off Tell? No, he's offering Tell a bit of advice on what to do, I think. The Leeds fans making a lot of noise. Here comes the outswinger. Oh, it's hit the first man. It's poor. Comes out to Porro, though. He's got a chance to cross the ball in here, and he does. It's a beautiful cross. Oh, and it's good clearance from just in front of Richarlison by Joe Rodon. Won't be a surprise at all if he has a great game. But Stack tries to take it down the line, and Danso picks it off. Gives it into Polina. Gives it back to Danso. Now Gallagher on the left-hand side. Drops it back to Polina, who comes across now. Udogie around central midfield. Goes to the right to Porro. Drops it back to Udogie. They're just trying to move Leeds around a little bit here. Bentancur takes it on the halfway line. Drops into Danso, who's in front of him on the inside left position. So again, we come central as Danso finds Udogie. Now Porro on the right. And Leeds pressing Spurs back all the way back to Kinski here. And Spurs just getting their shape back because Danso was out of position, as was Udogie. Kinski finds Danso, drops it into Rodrigo Bentancur. He tries the ball straight away over the top towards Kolo Muani. It's well defended, but I didn't mind that at all. Porro heads it out for throwing. Spurs have the worst. They're just showing the graphics. Spurs have the worst home record in the Premier League this season. Leeds throw it down the line. Bentancur gets up, picked up in central midfield. And Leeds managed to sort it out down the line. Then Danso, he gives away a foul accidentally there, Danso. And Leeds might use this opportunity to get the ball into the box. It's a free kick kind of wide on the left, midway inside Tottenham's half, and they throw forward their big centre-halves, Strauch and Beehol. Spurs keeping their defensive line around 20 yards out. Kinski just in and around his 6-yard box. And they've given it the West Ham sign as they come for a big, long diagonal ball to the back post. Danso gets the first one well, falls to a Leeds man. Spurs need to defend this well as Daniel James is on the ball. He tries to get across and Tell manages to block it well. Udogie gives it back to Tell. He's looking to go backwards here, Tell. He's in big trouble here, Matisse Tell. He's in big trouble. What is he doing? Oh my God, did he get away with it there? And now Poro's found Kolomwani down the right, and he's got legs. That was incredibly mad stuff that Tell did. Kolomwani now running at the box, though. Getting to the byline, but his touch is too heavy, and that's a goal kick. Tell, mental, nearly gave away a goal. Ended up passing the ball across his own goal to nobody. Danso saved him. And that is the kind of madness you cannot afford to be doing. As De Zerbi asked him to calma. You cannot afford to be doing that in the situation Spurs are in. And it just shows some of the madness when you feel the pressure. As now we try and put the press on Darlow. He tries to move us around, and they've done quite well here, but Spurs still keeping the press on high. We've got Richarlison pressing, Bentancur pressing, and we've won it with Bentancur. And he's done well. He's waited, and then he tries to play the ball through the middle, and it's sorted by Leeds. Oh, and they're through the middle here. Joe Rodon, I think it is. Is it Joe Rodon? The number 4, whoever it is. And Van der Ven's out of position. They're in the box here, Leeds. They're in the box. And in the end, it's Udogie who gets it out for a corner. Wow, great transition from Leeds. It was Ampadu. And in the end, great defending Udogie. Anyway, corner to Leeds. And they go short to the left. And now here comes the cross. Shit. Oh, what a save, Kinski. Unbelievable save, Kinski. Wow. Right on his line from a downward header. Incredible save. Incredible. It's a free header at the back. Stick from 6 yards out. It's incredible save. Wow, he deserves so much credit. Brilliant. And now Spurs coming forward with Richarlison. Couldn't get the ball in the box. Goes back to Tell. He'll try. Oh, and then the offside flag goes off. Up. Amazing from Antonin Kinski. Oh, what a save. And Alan Smith's not giving him the credit he deserves here. He's not giving him the credit he deserves. It's from Joe Rodon, and he saved it literally on the bounce, one arm on his line. Incredible from Antonin Kinski. Showing his class. But that's the best chance of the game for Leeds. And once again, Tottenham, as I've been talking about for 2 seasons, really struggle to stop crosses coming in from source. And that's why Rodon had a free header. Leeds playing with fire a little bit, playing out of their box. But once again, they've got it forward. Oh, straight up to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He can't hold it, though. And Tell manages to get it off him. He's going the wrong way again, Tell here. This time he turns. He's still facing the wrong way. This time he gives a good ball to Danso. He comes across to Kinski. Don't get overconfident here, Kinski. And he doesn't. He fires it into halfway. Richarlison bounces up, but can't do it. Udogie wins the second ball, and Gallagher comes with him. Gives it into Tell, who should bounce it back to Gallagher, but he loses it. And that's Matisse Tell all over there. And Spurs have won it back with Van der Ven. And Tell might lose it again here if he's not careful. Gives it to Gallagher. Goes back to Van der Ven. Leeds, they've got the bit between their teeth here. It comes back to Kinski. Don't be overconfident, Antonin. Just do it easy. Gives it to Danso, who probably doesn't want it there. Goes down the line. And Kolomwani can't pick it up. And Leeds have a good position here. Gallagher gets a foot in. Brilliant from Gallagher. Bentancur picks it up. Can we transition? Drops it off to Udogie now. He's on the run. This is an open game at the moment. Udogie gives it into Tell, who you definitely want going forward more than going back at the moment. He's driving at Joe Rodon. Go on, take him down the line. Take him down the line. He's slowed him. He's let the other player come back. This is... And then eventually he just kicks it against the Leeds defender. And they're just showing... he got a good tackle in Bentancur. Sky trying to get a free kick for Leeds outside the box, but it wasn't. Still Tottenham 0, Leeds 0, 23 minutes gone. But Leeds have had the best chance, and Antonin Kinski made an incredible save. down to his left, one-handed, left-handed on the bounce from a header from only 7 yards out. And now Danso's throwing in the long throw. I have to say, I'm really surprised that De Zerbi likes this long throw. I don't think it's something he'll be doing next year, whatever league we're in. Anyway, it comes onto the keeper, who doesn't do a great job of it. Comes to the back. Richarlison with the overhead kick. Unfortunately, it goes wide. That long throw from Danso went all the way right on top of Darlow. Van de Ven was in front of him, but he couldn't get his head above the fists of Darlow, who I believe Carl Darlow used to be the Leicester keeper, did he? No, Darlow's got the ball at his feet. Where is Tell when we're trying to press? Sitting deep, weirdly. Anyway, Spurs fans trying to get up for this. Danso misses a flick on there, and Porro has to help him out round on the cover. Tell is a little bit weird in this game at the moment. Leeds win another one in central midfield, but the ball goes off wide left for a throw-in. Tell, I think, has maybe lost a bit of confidence from that bizarre situation where he was heading back toward his own byline, tried to cross his own goal, and nearly gave away a goal. But we need you, Matisse. We need you to get back to your confident self and drive at your fullback and work backwards as well. Richarlison does well holding it up, drops it back to Doggy, who goes backwards to Van de Ven. Yeah, Leeds have had 2 shots, Spurs none at the moment. Kinski, the ball at his feet in his box here, now just waiting for options to move. Spurs midfielders not really making moves for him at the moment. That's a bit of a worrying sign, I have to say. Porro tries to pass it down the line to Kolo Muani. Yeah, this has happened. We've seen this happen after a good first 20 minutes against Wolves, where Spurs have lost a bit of confidence in their play, and Leeds are being drawn on, I would say. And they're getting more confident and really surrounding the ball. Every time we got a throw, Leeds have got about 5 men on, and Porro's done really well there to give it back to Polinia, and Van de Ven now gets it out to Udogie. Wasn't the best pass, but Udogie flips it around the corner to Bentancur. He could have gone down there, but he didn't. And now he drives down the left. Brilliant from Rodrigo. And he flips it into Tell. He's got to do something early here. Oh, he could have given it Tell, but... Oh, he's through Tell! Oh, it's a corner. Brilliant from Tell in the end. He's weird, Matisse Tell. It's like he doesn't know what he's going to do, and therefore the defenders don't know what he's going to do. He beat 2 men in the end when he probably should have slipped it to Udogie. And in the end, he gets a toe poke on it, and it's deflected over the bar. Now he's going to take the corner. Come on, good delivery here. Oh, Spurs player's gone down. Richarlison before the ball's even come in, so you're never getting anything but that. Of course, Gillett will blame Spurs for that, I would have thought. Ampadu and Richarlison jostling. Come on. What I want to see is a good delivery that allows the likes of Danso or someone to fucking Van de Ven to just rise up, plough through. 26 minutes gone, 0-0. This is a tight game, as expected. Leeds are decent. They know exactly what they've got to do, and they're doing it. Tell whips in the ball. Hits the first man again, unfortunately. Comes out to Destiny Udogie. He's got Conor Gallagher with him. And Gallagher tries the big cross to the back stick. Polinia's there, but it's flicked on for a throw. And I think they'll get Danso across for this. Yeah, Tanaka, who I like as a player, Tanaka, actually. He got that off for a throw. And here comes Kev Danso to try and put a flat one on top of Darlow's head again. Van de Ven again around the keeper. Thing that frustrates me about Spurs' long throws, and I've been saying it all season, is we don't get any runners across the front post to try and flick it on. Very rare that we do that. It's just all very static. Here it comes from Big Kev. It's a decent one again. Bentancur's up. Oh, keeper did well. Gallagher tried to have the shot, and that's another corner to Spurs. Basically, the ball came down after a clearance, and it was quite high, and Gallagher tried to get his foot over it with a volley. Bentancur did make a good run across the near post, and it's a fair block from Gallagher, from the shot from Gallagher. Need to get Gallagher into some positions outside the box to have shots. So Spurs fans try to get behind the team now. Once again, Tell to take another corner. Come on, Spurs. Here it comes from Tell. It's a deep one again. Bentancur gets the first one on it, but the second one is stopped. Porro has the ball, lays it across to Gallagher. Gets it out to Tell. He's one-on-one here with Daniel James. Get your cross in, Tell. That's a good ball to the back post, but nobody quite there. And actually, it was Bentancur ploughing in at the back, but couldn't keep it on. But that was a good cross. Tell's really good in these positions. Just one touch out of his feet, right foot. It's just a bit too much on it, but that was better from Spurs. We did have bodies in the box. We had Richarlison, we had Danso. We need to get the ball to Bentancur more. He's the best midfielder on the park for us, for sure. It's weird where Tell is when Leeds are playing it out. And Leeds have just gone for the very long one over the top to Calvert-Lewin, who flicks it on. Daniel James trying to put Udogie under pressure. Udogie's trying to see it out. And he managed it. That's great defending from Udogie. It's a goal kick for Spurs. 30 minutes gone. Spurs 0, Leeds 0. Tottenham have a goal kick. Van der Ven is going to give it into Kinski. And does. And Calvert-Lewin immediately presses Kinski, so he fires it long and flat towards Kolo Muani. Can't get it down, but Richarlison picks up the second ball. Terrible touch from Rishi and a terrible pass from Rishi, and therefore it's a throw into Leeds. And that could have been a good position. That was poor. Come on, Spurs. That to me is a little bit of the pressure that we feel at home. That the little touches here and there that usually are second nature and have been away from home a bit more this season. They just kind of bounce off their touch a little bit. Rodon throws it down the line. Udogie loses it. And then Udogie wins it back and gets it to Van der Ven, who goes back to Kinski. Well done, Destiny. Such a good player, I think, Udogie. If he could stay fit for any run of time, be incredible. Kinski gives it to Van der Ven. He's got Polina outside him. Van der Ven just draws on and gives it to Danso. Gives it inside to Porro, who touches it off. And then Porro running through midfield, but he's tackled. I don't mind that, though. Trying something a bit different. And Bentancur gets the ball off Aronson well. Gives it to Gallagher. Little 1-2, but Spurs have lost it there. And Porro came through, and now Spurs have won it back with Gallagher. Can he find someone? Finds it around the corner to Richarlison, who puts in Kolo Muani. He's the only one foot forward, though. He's got to take on Rodon. You might as well have a dig here, Kolo Muani. Oh, he tries the cross, but there's no one in the box. But Tell does really well at the back stick to win it. Well done, Matisse Tell. Now, how's your cross this time? Back stick. Kolo Muani can't get there ahead of the defender. Comes to Bentancur on the edge. Gets it into Porro. How's your cross? Comes along the line. Richarlison didn't get hold of it. And it goes straight into the keeper's arms. But better from Spurs. It was a bit behind him. And the ref has just given the 8-second rule against the keeper, so we win a corner. You don't see that much in the Premier League, but I'm telling you that is because of what happened in the Arsenal game yesterday. Refs are now up on their rules. Now, this would be amazing if we scored from this. Come on, Spurs. A corner out of nothing. As Farker has a real go at the fourth official. Send him off. Corner out of nothing. Can we benefit from it? Come on. And the fans love that. The fans getting right behind the team now. Farker's livid. The corner comes in. Oh, in the box. Oh, chance. Oh, cleared off the line from Porro. Gallagher tries the shot. Wide. Oh, from the corner. It just never fell to Richarlison quite right. And Porro's shot was going in, but it's cleared off the line. Gallagher had a shot in the end that actually hit, I think, Van der Ven. And that's why it's led to a goal kick. 32 minutes gone. Not an easy game at all. Richarlison wins a header in midfield. Kolo Muani trying to get the second ball. Gallagher trying to as well, but it's tipped over the top. And Van der Ven there, beaten to the ball by Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but Kinski helps him out. And Richarlison wins the flick on. And now Leeds go back to the keeper. Rishi putting in a lot of yards here. Matisse Tell kind of slightly less so, but he did have a shot deflected over the bar. Bentancur trying to lead the press. It's weird though. They're letting the press come. They're letting the ball come to the right centre back of Leeds, and Tell is kind of not interested in pressing while everyone else is. And now my stream is buffered, and that's the first time it's happened for a while. Got it back though. Yeah, it's weird how they're not. Tell's not doing that. But anyway, 1-2 down the right hand side. Oh, and Leeds have played it into the channel nicely, and Calvert-Lewin's in the middle of the box. Udogie helps out Van de Ven nicely. He goes down the line. He's got to get rid of that. Oh, but gives it straight to the Leeds player. Richarlison puts in a few yards of defensive work there, though, and so Spurs are back in shape. Leeds are a decent team, man. Knew this wasn't going to be easy. Stream. Stop buffering. Okay, I've got it back. I'm at 34 minutes now, though, because of some buffering, I'm afraid. Apologies for those who are well ahead of me. Leeds again play another ball over the top of Udogie. He wins the first one, but it drops straight back to Leeds. Bentancur working hard in midfield with Polini around him, but it's buffering again, so I can't see exactly what's happening. I'm stuck at 34-11. Polini gets a foot in. He's got to give it, and he wins a foul. Well done, João Polini. It's interesting, isn't it, how he's chosen Polini for this game ahead of Bissouma, who you'd think would get on the ball a bit more at home, but Polini did have a great game at Villa Park. And the Spurs fans again trying to get behind their team. Van de Ven finds Danso. They're very keen for Danso to have the ball, aren't they? Kinski takes it on his left foot. He's got great delivery with both feet, hasn't he? Porro comes and wins the ball in midfield after Richarlison was beaten in the air. I'm buffering, so I'm having to wait to see what happens. Porro gets a great ball out to Matisse Tell, and Porro's continued his run there, and Spurs have two players going through. Tell couldn't pick him out, unfortunately, so he drops it into Gallagher instead. On the left-hand side, he's got Tell outside him. Now he gives it to Tell. He's got two in front of him here, so just recycle, and he does. Gives it to Rodrigo Bentancur. He gives it to Gallagher. Spurs slow it down a bit. Bentancur tries a little run, but gives it to Tell instead, who's now driving again at Joe Rodon. Drops it back to Gallagher. He's got Udogie with him. Spurs just trying to move the chess pieces a little bit here. And Gallagher tries a chip ball over to Udogie. Didn't work, but Udogie does get it and then keeps it well. Goes back to Tell. How's your cross here, Matisse? Back stick. Chance, Richarlison. He doesn't get there. Comes to Polini. Chance, Polini. Oh, it's over the bar. He did really well to make a chance out of it. But in the end, he was pretty close to goal. I wonder if it would have been given for a high foot. Tell's crosses are causing all sorts. And in the end, he's probably only 8 yards out. It's on his left foot, though. Yeah. Better from Spurs, though. De Zerbi falls to his knees. And the fans get behind them as Leeds go long. Danso wins the first one. Falls to Gallagher. Gets a touch in to Porro. Kolo Muani sets off on a run, and he's dropped it over him here, Kolo Muani. It's good defending, but Kolo Muani has won it. He's on the right now. And then he wins a corner. Well done, Randall Kolo Muani. He's given a goal kick when it's definitely a corner. That's ridiculous. Kolo Muani not massively in this game at the moment, I think it's fair to say. Yeah, the Leeds player has got a bit of a hip injury here. Well, he's the one that Kolo Muani is going up against each time, so just put it in behind him. Put it in behind him. He's got a hip injury. Put it in behind him and get Kolo Muani running at him time and time again. That's what I'd say. As Leeds go long again. Danso's underneath this with Calvert-Lewin, but Danso does well with the first one. Kolo Muani's up for the second one. Oh, does beautifully. And drops into Gallagher, who holds it. Well done. Porro's got it now and comes across nicely. Oh, I thought Van de Ven was going to pick that up, but comes behind Udogie instead. But he takes it, drives forward. Tell's going to surely offer him an option, and does. Now Tell being pushed back, gives it to Udogie. 37 minutes gone. Van de Ven. Now he'll give it into Danso, and does. Danso brings it forward a touch. He's got Porro inverted, so he gives it outside him to Polini instead. Brilliant ball from Polini into Porro in the box. And the Leeds defender has to come across. And that's a corner. Really good stuff, that, from Spurs. Just moving Leeds about a bit. This time it looks like it's going to be Porro taking the corner. Let's beat that first man, guys. And the fans again trying to get behind the team. They look a bit tired, the Spurs team, which I think can only be pressure because they haven't played for 10 days or so. What is it? Maybe 8 days, actually. Sorry. Anyway, it's going to be an outswinger from Porro. Nobody around the keeper for this one. Lots of players around the penalty spot. And then Tell and Gallagher on the edge. Here's the ball from Porro towards Bentancur. Gets his head on it. Just wide. Bentancur's so good at that. It's a brilliant leap from Bentancur. He's so good at that, and it's just wide. And Richarlison was trying to follow it up at the back stick, but he was too late. And Leeds now trying to play it out again, and Richarlison again brilliantly presses it, and unfortunately, very unfortunately for him, it goes off for a goal kick. But Richarlison showing how up for this relegation battle he is. 39 minutes gone. Still Tottenham 0, Leeds 0. Darlow is going to go long with this goal kick this time. I'll tell you this, guys. If we think this game's going to be difficult, our last game of the season is at home to Everton, and they will make it even more difficult, I think. Udogie's wrong side here. He's got to be careful. He's got to be careful against Dan James. James gets out of it, but Udogie does really well. Although it comes to Leeds now on the edge. And it's Tanaka who can shoot on the edge of the box, and he fires it wide. It's on his left foot. And to be fair, Porro put him under some pressure. Now Kinski has the ball at his feet in his box. Just trying to draw Calvert-Lewin. Takes an extra touch and then goes towards Kolo Muani. He's not even looking at the ball. And Spurs missed 2 headers in a row. Comes to Danso. He's got to clear it. Does. Up into midfield. Richarlison beaten in the air by Ampadu. And Leeds have it back. But Palhinha wins it and drops a nice ball to Kolo Muani. Tries a clever header. And actually, that Porro nearly got in ahead of the guy whose hip's injured. He can barely move, the 5. I don't know why they've kept him on. He goes back to the keeper, and the keeper has to go long. Gallagher wins the header, drops it to Colomwani. He can't get it down, unfortunately. And Leeds get out well. Danso's in a bad position here, and he'll get booked. He'll get booked here, Danso. Yeah. He was just in the wrong position. He was left high and dry. And he'll have to be careful for the rest of the game. But he stops an attack, probably a relatively important one to do. He did have Porro covering him, but he was just left high and dry. And Aronson just got to the ball before him, put it between his legs. He gets booked, Big Kev. That's his 8th booking of the season. Free kick to Leeds on the halfway line. Looks like they're going to go long with it. So Leeds are going to go long. Spurs keeping their back line at about 30 yards. And Leeds come for the big diag to the back post. And Van der Ven is knocked over in the middle. So it's a free kick to Spurs. About 3 minutes left till half time. Although there will be a few minutes because there was an injury issue, wasn't there? Calvert-Lewin's complaining because he's given away a foul. But there we go. Rodrigo Bentancur passes it out to Udogie, breaking forward through the halfway line. He's got Tell with him. Gives it to Tell. And Udogie makes an inverted run off. Tell drops it back into central midfield with Palhinha. Comes across to Danso. Colomwani made a wide run for him there, but comes the other way to Bentancur. He's got Tell with him. Udogie's made a little run in between the lines, but Tell just taking it on his own again. Drops it back. Tell was fouled off the ball there. Yeah, we'll have it. Thanks, ref. And that should be a booking as well. That's quite a high one. I think that's a high one. Why is that not a booking as well? Anyway, it's a dangerous free kick. So Tell, it's actually just a heavy touch from Tell. And it's a late stamp on his foot. It should be a booking. From Stack. Anyway, it's a chance for Porro to whip it in from the left-hand side, kind of level with the penalty box. Tell limping away from that. Surprised after he booked Danso. I'm really surprised he didn't book the Leeds player for that. It's actually a bit closer to the byline than level with the penalty box. So a really good opportunity. If I'm Porro here, I'm looking to whip it towards that far post with pace, so the keeper doesn't know what to do with it. Maybe even along the ground, and just get runners across the front of the box. Keeper does not want to be having to deal with this. They've only got a one-man wall as well, so just stay on side and get him to keep it low across into that corridor. So frustrating. Instead, he goes with height, and it goes all the way through for a goal kick. So frustrating because he doesn't need to put height on that at all for me. You go low, and it can be defended. It can hit a man's shin and go into the as an own goal. As Ampadu and Porro have a little bit of verbals there. We don't need to get involved in that. And the atmosphere's just died down a little bit here as we get towards half time. Spurs fans getting a little bit more shaky. Darlow goes long again. He's got a big old kick on him. Calvert-Lewin's underneath it, but Palhinha won that one. Kolo Muani, of course, beaten in the air. And Palhinha beaten on the ground. And Leeds have it in their back line. Richarlison pressing. And then Bentancur puts the press on as well. Good lad. Goes all the way back to Darlow, Bentancur. Good lad. Darlow has to go long. Udogie wins the next header. Gallagher just can't deal with it. Van der Ven is miles out of position here. Spurs, okay, Van der Ven's able to drop back as Spurs put a bit of a press on. But Leeds play it out quite well and play it down the line really well to James. And now they're in down the left and Calvert-Lewin's in the middle. Udogie and Van der Ven are in big trouble here. Big chance. And Calvert-Lewin is desperate for a penalty and it's offside anyway. Spurs get away with it. And they've only found 2 minutes added time here, which shocks me. But anyway, Leeds did really well there. And I think Calvert-Lewin is just about offside. And Udogie was wrong side there. Now, it'd be interesting whether they would have given that. No, I don't think that's a pen. Alan Smith, of course, thinks it would be a pen. Wait, they're checking a penalty. Oh my God, they're checking the penalty. There's no way this can be overturned. So it's not offside, so now it's gone to VAR. There's no way this can be overturned. There's no way there's enough in this for it to be overturned off pitch. If they overturn this, it's because of what happened in the Arsenal game. Fucking hell. You knew it. You knew they're going to try and find a way to fuck us because of what they did with Arsenal last night. Okay, it's been given as offside. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. VAR is a joke. So shit. Anyway, we're heading towards half time now. They've only found 2 minutes added when there was about 3 or 4 minutes of an injury, but that was a good attack from Leeds down the left. They're dangerous on the transition. They really are. Spurs go long. Richarlison hold it up a little bit. Tanaka's facing the wrong way. Don't foul him. And Spurs press him well. Anyone who thought just because Spurs had won a couple of games in a row that we'd knock these over easily, completely wrong. And now the stadium is starting to get pressurised again. Leeds are putting in a better performance, I'd say, than Brighton did against us, to be honest. Palhinha pushed off the ball there. Comes to Bentancur. He's by far our best midfielder so far. Mickey van der Ven looking to open his legs. Go on, Mickey. That's a foul. And how is that not a booking? How is it not a booking? The Spurs fans getting frustrated, rightly so. Porro wants to get this ball into the box. I agree with him. Come on, Pedro. Gets it out to Tell instead. Just bring it on your right foot, Tell, and get a cross in. He's actually going down the byline and then just chips it into the keeper's arms. He's not great on his left side, Matisse Tell, to say the least. That, I'm sure, will be half-time. But he does keep driving at his man. The ref's not actually giving this for half-time yet. Bentancur knocked Calvert-Lewin out of the way, which is good. And then he lost it, actually, Bentancur. But Porro is in a bizarre position. Gives it to Udogie. We've got two left-backs at the moment. Don't know why. Udogie plays it into Rishi. Can you find something here, Rishi? He does well there, Rishi. Oh, lovely attempted ball into Udogie. And we get a throw in. And that's half-time. De Zerbi doesn't look ecstatic, to say the least, about that. But let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Baron Lord says, so shite at home, it's incredible. Delboy says, front three are appalling. Givers says, tell crap again, 3 forwards, just no good. Gary Riddell, a bit more patient, saying they should have had 2 bookings, the ref's pathetic. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Rob says, numbers looking like a De Zerbi managed match. Players just need to be clinical in possession. And Tunde, thanks for your comment, mate, says, huffing and puffing, but we can't blow the house down. TBN says, exchange VAR with 4 linesmen and still 1 ref. This will give the joy of watching football. VAR is killing our game. And Gary says it's hard to watch. Pokey says, how many idiots cheered West Ham's goal? Because this half proves we need all the help we can. For me, listen, it wasn't as simple as like cheering West Ham's goal. Like when you've like hated Arsenal for as many decades as I have, you can't just turn it on and off like a tap. I didn't, I wasn't devastated that Arsenal won. Obviously, it helped us. But also, I can't just be cheering Arsenal goals and shit like that. And I can't stop finding it funny when they should have equalised in the last minute of the game. Gardu, our resident tactical legend, says, too much efforting by the players and very little combination football. It typically happens when too enthusiastic to show fire for the crowd. Sort of resorted to Frank mentality and lost the calmness. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, actually. I think Leeds have got around us as well, though. Leeds, I mean, especially compared to Aston Villa last week, Leeds have absolutely got about us. So that will have a bit of a say in it as well. And Hobbit, actually, similar vibe, says, is this a case of trying too hard? Could well be a little bit. Gardy says, generally a good half, one that leaned far too heavily on energy and overly enthusiastic playing, rushing too often with the ball, but people love commitment and energy, now hoping for calm and skill to win. Yeah. And Tunde says, Strout looks injured. Yeah, they'll surely take him off second half. Listen, Stefan agrees with a few of you, saying lack of quality, Tell, Rishi, Kolo, not skillful enough. Listen, Rishi, I think, is working really hard. Tell is doing what Tell does. And you can, to be fair, see why a lot of the managers have not trusted Tell to start, because he's so hit and miss. But he also looks like probably the most likely to set something up. He's so good at those right-footed crosses from the left-hand side that to some degree I would keep the ball, getting the ball to him. Kolo Muani, I have to say, unless we're going to make him a one-on-one at some point, it's hard. It's hard to see what he's doing there. But we don't have any other options, do we? Really? Kudus obviously out for the season and sold Brennan Johnson. So there we go. There we go. I'm going to see what people on Twitter are saying about that first half. Bardi, 40 minutes ago, said, De Zerbi getting told off for coming out of his technical area. Exhibit 1,000 of how Arsenal are refereed differently. Yeah, completely agree. Mad, isn't it? And Chris Cowlin made a note of that as well. I'll tell you what, I'll go through the notes I've got from that first half. 9th minute it was until I really made a note of anything particularly happening. But Richarlison, unfortunately, a poor touch when he was put through on goal, basically in the inside right position from a great ball from Pedro Porro. Also, then 9th minute, great pressing from Gallagher on the keeper, nearly won the ball off the keeper. 18th minute was the bit of madness from Matisse Tell facing his own goal. And just kept on going further and further back towards his byline until in the end he tries a mad cross-goal ball little bit overconfident, and Kevin Danso had got ahead on it, and if he hadn't, I think we'd be 1-0 down. 19th minute transition from Leeds nearly ended in a goal. Udogie saved us. He's played pretty well, Udogie. Kinski in the 20th minute made an unbelievable save. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that Kinski save. Wow. Incredible. Header from 7 yards out, down to his left, got his hand down in time and held on to it as well. Really incredible. 25th minute, classic example of Matisse Tel going forward. He's running at 2 defenders, doesn't know what he's going to do, and in the end, he kind of shimmies past them without even realizing how he did it, I think. And then he gets a toe poke on a shot that's deflected over the bar. 31st minute cross from Porro went to Richarlison. It was just behind him, and he gets something on it, but not enough. It goes straight at the keeper. And then straight after, the very rarely seen 8-second rule was used against Carl Darlow for holding onto the ball too much. We got a corner from it. And from that corner, Porro had a shot from a second phase that was cleared off the line. Polinia then had a shot over the bar from 8 yards as he battled to get the ball in the box. A header wide from Bentancur from a corner just after that. That was our kind of best spell. 39th minute came to Tanaka just outside the box. He had a shot wide with his left foot. Danso was booked in the 40th minute. And a great chance for Leeds. But it was offside, thankfully, and it might have caused a penalty. They're actually interviewing Matisse Tel at half-time. He's talking about wanting to make an opportunity. Weird that they've thrown such a young player in for that interview. Anyway, loving this super chat from Hobbit. Thank you so much. There's great commentary. Barnaby say Kinski's becoming a great goalkeeper for us. I really hope with Kinski that he just continues doing the simple things well, his distribution, and then makes good saves like that. I don't want him to get overconfident and try anything too difficult at this stage, because his right foot and left footed distribution is really, really excellent. Just going to see what Carragher and Defoe say. Carragher's talking about the rotations in midfield between Bentancur, Udogie and Tel. And they're just showing Tel's chance as he drives into the box, beats the 2 men, and then gets the toe poke on it. Yeah, Josie Glenlaw says, I can't believe more wasn't made by the commentators about the Kinski save. Mind you, Alan Smith is in there. It's an absolutely incredible save. It's an unbelievable save. They're just showing the Spurs chances here. I guess Spurs have had more clear-cut chances, but the best chance of the game, I would say, is the header that Kinski saved. Jermaine Defoe's just saying that Spurs have just been a bit too scruffy in front of goal. But they're showing one here from Tel. Again, it's that cross towards the back post. I'm pretty sure if we can get Tel in more of those positions, get those crosses in, and get Richarlison running across the front post. And they're showing the Polinia chance. He was just really, really showed desire, beating a couple of men to the ball in the box and then just the left foot. But they're talking about the Kinski save now. Okay, Carragher's giving it credit, thank God. And he's saying how well he's done since he got back in the team. Yeah, he's saying to get down so quickly from just 7 yards. Bear in mind as well, from headers, as a keeper, you don't have any tell where that header's going to go. You have no idea. So you have to wait till it's already happened. Whereas with shots, you can tell from their body shape sometimes which way they're going to go. John Lancaster says that is Banks level against Pele. Save as Banks against Pele levels. I wouldn't say that, but it is great. I wouldn't say that, but it's a brilliant save. Hobbit says he reminds me of Eric Torsvet. Disaster against Forest, then was superb for Tottenham. Thank you for that, Hobbit. For those of you too young to remember that, it was in, I think, 1988-89. Eric Torsvet, Eric the Viking, signed from, I believe, Viking Stavanger in Norway. He came to replace Bobby Mims, and on his debut against Nottingham Forest, live on Sunday Football, it was even before Sky had it. I think it was called The Big Match. And Nigel Clough had a shot from outside the box that Eric Torsvet just literally, it came straight at him like that, and it flapped through his hands. And then after that, he had an incredible career for Spurs. He was a brilliant, brilliant goalkeeper. And Hobbit says, I remember it well. I remember it well because I used to be a goalkeeper. I used to have all the Saves Galore VHS videos. One of those Saves Galore videos, actually, on the front of it, the front cover, was Eric Torsvet doing an incredible dive to his left. So there we go. Steve Sullivan says, we need to keep a clean sheet. Don't think we're scoring many tonight. Get Muani off. All he's done is lose the ball. Give Bergvall a run. There can't be any worse. Problem is, thank you for your comment, we've seen Bergvall pushed out to right wing under Frank, and I think even under Tudor maybe. And for me, it doesn't really work. I could be proven wrong. I'd love to be proven wrong. But I wonder if there is an opportunity now that, as Smokehouse says, that Strout looks injured. If he doesn't, for like I said earlier, for Muani to really run at him and us try and get the ball in behind him. And just keeping on the 80s goalkeeper vibe, John Lancaster says, anyone remember the goal Mims let in between his legs, I think against QPR? I do, but I don't think it was as bad. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think it was as bad as Dave Besant's howlers for Chelsea when he was having a terrible run. Systemic Frogs here says, oi, tense game. We look likely to score, though. Is it just me or does Muani look like he thinks he's made enough effort last game already yet? And Mark T says, stick Gray out on the right wing. Listen, we could definitely have, a legs player, an engine player out on the wing. But I've just got a feeling that if we could get Muani in a position where he's running at his man into the box on a transition or something, I just wonder whether he might be able to bury one in the bottom left-hand corner. And Random Number says, Tell is the only one who seems to be creating stuff, though. Who goes in for Tell? I guess some people are suggesting Tell shouldn't be on the pitch. And Shandy says, Robbie Musto on NBC just said Colo and Tell need to be more productive. I think we all agree with that, to be honest. Tunde saying Spence could go and play wide right. Yeah, maybe. Would you have Spence wide right, or would you have Porro wide right and Spence at right back? I think probably I'd have Spence right back because, I'd have Porro right back because Porro's a better crosser of the ball and you'd have more chance to have the ball put back to him for some of those crosses. Yeah, so maybe Spence is an option. Be interesting to see, if anything, what Roberto De Zerbi does at halftime. He doesn't look happy, to say the least, I have to say. My best mate has texted saying, watching Spurs with Alan Smith on commentary is like chatting to a mate who supports Arsenal, West Ham, Chelsea, and is just subtly winding me up the whole time. Never says anything that's blatantly anti-Spurs, but you know what he's thinking. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it. Jozzy says crosses in general are passing through the 6-yard line around 2 foot too high, need to be delivered and fizzed in just above head height, otherwise the ball's just wasting out of play. Disappointing. It's not easy to get the perfect cross, and we did get the perfect cross for Richarlison in the last game, but if we keep getting enough crosses in, I'm sure we'll make chances. Gardu says the midfield's leaning far too heavily on pressing monsters. It's crucial to have midfields that can take the edge off, orchestrate, as well as not fear losing possession under the pressure. Teamwork's less than. Yeah, but we don't have any of those players, do we? We just don't. That's been our problem for a long time. Interesting point from Skywalker. Get Madders on. We're not doing much. Well, Madders is a man who could create, isn't he? So that's an interesting thought. But let's see what happens. Just going to see if there's anyone saying anything on Twitter. Matt Letizier says serious lack of quality in this Spurs versus Leeds game. Lots of people noticing and comparing the De Zerbi getting in trouble in his box for compared to Arteta. Lily White Labs is clearly a much better structure to this Spurs team, but lacking quality and composure. So agreeing with what you say, Gardy, really. Attacking transitions are a bit messy and final third decision making is lacking refinement. I think Porro is the key here. Just what I was saying there, really, wasn't it, about crosses? He's been very good when we found him in the pockets. Bentancur looking smooth again too. Yeah, not just the crosses with Porro, is it, either, as well? He's played a couple of lovely through balls. I've got to be honest, though. As Russ Williams says, Alan Smith on comms, there will never be a reading of the room yet. Well, I think a lot of people who work at Sky are big Arsenal fans, to be honest. That's why it happens. Look, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I think this game could go either way. I could basically see whoever scores the first goal winning this game. So, as I was saying in the boozer yesterday when I was watching the Arsenal West Ham game, Maddison is warming up at half time. As I was saying in the boozer, it's going to get tense. I said if it gets to 70 minutes at 0-0 in that Arsenal game, it'll get tense. And I can say the very same about this. And I have a fear, I'm not saying I'm predicting this, but I have a fear of being broken-hearted in this game. I really do. Gardu says, realistically, Maddis has 5 to 10 in him, but totally off rhythm and the pace. So scary, 5-10 minutes for him. Yeah, agreed. Eloy says, hello, greetings from Argentina. Long live Tottenham. Completely agreed. Do like and subscribe. And Jay Daly says, Madder's coming on today at 65 to 70 minutes. Mark it down. I agree. I don't think he has 45 minutes in him. No chance. That would be too risky. But could we do with his creativity? Yes, that's for sure. All right, guys. Heading towards the second half. Oh, they're bringing up the doggy VAR here. I'd like to think Carragher would say here that it shouldn't be overturned. It wouldn't be overturned. He was quite clearly offside for me. But they're literally just showing an offside decision now. All right, now they're saying, had he been onside? Carragher thinks they would have got a penalty through Doggy's challenge. I personally think if it's not given on pitch, that's not a penalty because he doesn't get definite contact with him. I'm saying what? Because he's got hands on Calvert-Lewin's left arm. So what? You're allowed to have your hands on anyone now. We know this. We know this. Jermaine Defoe says it's a slight tug. And that he was offside, though. He's Jermaine the game. Loves Spurs. I don't think that's a guaranteed penalty at all, to be honest. I really don't. To overturn that on the pitch, I think would be wrong. Anyway, players are out on the pitch. Like I said in that first half, we need to get players like Gallagher, maybe even Polinia, into shooting opportunities outside the box. That's where we benefited last week against Villa. We need to keep getting more of those crosses in from Tell from the left. We need to try and find a way to get Kolo Muani in behind on the right. And if we can get good crosses in towards Richarlison, he knows how to sniff out a chance. But it's stressful. This Gallagher goes back to Kinski. We start the second half. Kinski goes long up towards Rishi. He gets his head up, does well, bounces it down towards Tell, who unfortunately couldn't find anyone. And now we got, what is it, a clash of heads, I think. Straight away, clash of heads, the Leeds players down. Because Rishi won the header. So Rishi wins it. Oh, it's an elbow. It's a bit of a swing of the arm from Rishi. It's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. But it is an arm to the face. Now, are they going to try and find a way to stitch Spurs up here? It's definitely not on purpose. He's just raising up and it's a late swing round of the arm. But it will be sore. I'll give the Leeds player that. It will be sore. Of course, there's an ongoing VAR check from Craig Pawson. Rishi's smiling. That's a good point. I don't think Richarlison... Alan Smith actually made a good point. I don't think Richarlison even knew the player was there. He thought he was just going up against Ampadu. So that's why his arm swung around. Anyway, Spurs fans trying to get behind the team now. Leeds player not happy with it at all. Beal not happy with that at all. He's got a big bruise on his forehead as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Beal goes through the back of Richarlison with a bit of revenge after that. He doesn't look best pleased, but it was a complete accident. He's livid, Beal. You can tell. And he looks like a double hard bastard as well. Anyway, Leeds take the free kick. They go back to Darlow. Richarlison puts a press on. Oh, and Darlow does not play the best ball. And Kolo Muani, he does, in the end, press him. But if he'd have been a bit more on his toes, I think he could have nicked the ball ahead of Justin there. He's just so lackadaisical, Kolo Muani. Anyway, the Spurs fans try to get behind them. Colomwani, and he gives away a free kick, does he? No, actually Spurs. And now Colomwani, the pass doesn't quite work for him. And he gives away a free kick. He gives away so many free kicks each game, Colomwani. So frustrating. There's no way De Zerbi's having him, Colomwani, if he didn't have no options, basically. So it's another free kick for Leeds. Darlow taking it long. Up it goes. Bentancur's underneath it. Good touch from Bentancur. Comes to Gallagher, drops it off. Lovely. Colomwani it ends up with, and of course he gives it away. And Leeds do well, actually. They get it out wide left. Strout now on the ball. Spurs pressing, though. Oh, and a bit of a dodgy ball. Richarlison and the centre-back has to go long, but actually just plays a beautiful ball. Oh, good stuff from Leeds. And Calvert-Lewin's now got a chance. Porro gets an important foot in there. Gallagher gives it back to him. Porro does beautifully in central midfield. Brilliant. Now put Colomwani in. And Colomwani's in here, down the right. Is there anyone in the box? He chops back. And then he fucking... Anyway, wins a corner. Spurs shooting towards the south stand, second half. Come on, Spurs. Good delivery here. Come on, Pedro. Pedro Porro is going to take the outswinger. Could we get another one from Bentancur towards the near post, I wonder? Like when he scored from the first half. It's 7 corners to Spurs, 1 to Leeds. Come on, Tottenham. Come on. Here it comes. Come on, Pedro. Good delivery. Beat that first man. 1 arm up. Here we go. Okay, comes to the middle. Oh, it's good defending. Comes to the edge of the box. Tell. Oh! Matty's Tell bends one in the top corner from 23 yards. An absolute beauty. What a goal. And that's why you keep him on. He's fucking madness, Matty's Tell. He's absolute madness. But he's just stuck it in the top bins, just like Xavi Simons' goal against Brighton. But this was no backlift. The ball came out, second phase from the corner, bends it into the top corner. The technique, absolutely incredible. That is pure class from the boy. And a lot of the time, he doesn't have a fucking clue what he's going to do. But outside the box, in positions like that, he's class. 19 yards, sorry. No backlift, top corner. Spectacular. Spectacular. Just want to check there's no Spurs player in front of the keeper. No, nobody. Magnificent. Now, come on, Spurs. Go and get the second. Go and get the second. I'll change the scoreboard, lads. Even Alan Smith has to say it's a beauty. And Roberto De Zerbi goes hell for leather on the sidelines. Beautiful stuff. Now, let's get the second, boys. Come on, 1-0. Let's push. Oh, and we're in down the left here with Richarlison. He's up against Rodon. And Rodon pushed him down, but the ref gives nothing. Don't foul him here, Tell. Don't know if it's Tell or Colomwani, but ran completely the wrong way of him there. His Spurs were just... Oh, Calvert-Lewin has just dived over Bentancur. Anyway, it comes to Danso, and it comes to Porro, gets it back to Kinski. And good calmness there. Kinski drops it into Polinia. The fans are really up now. Polinia rolling his studs over the ball, waiting for an option. Looking forward, rarely. He will probably just drop this off sideways or backwards, I would have thought. He's trying to draw the press, gives it to Danso, and they will press Danso, gives it to Porro, who goes down the line to Colomwani, whose first touch, absolutely horrible, but gives it back to Porro. Now Danso has it. Goes inside to Udogi, who gets it back to Danso. Goes across to Van der Ven, who has Bentancur outside him. Spurs playing some good stuff now. He's got Udogi in front of him, Bentancur, but he just chooses to calm it down. Goes back to Van der Ven. And the fans are loving this at the moment. But let's get another one, boys. We need another one, big time. Polinia now goes down the line to Colomwani. First touch keeps it. Then he loses it. Of course he does. But of course, Polinia wins it back with a slide tackle. Beautiful goal. Come on, Spurs. We need another one. Don't forget against Brighton, we were leading twice. And Straucher's gone down. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Oscar says, finally tell us a long-range goal. Daddy-O USA says, poise. Ralph says, that's why you keep tell on, you haters. Trilly says, come on, you Spurs, what a shot. Hobbit says, great goal, and that Teller's woken up. And Coolidge says, Baz, I'm miles behind. Sorry that I'm miles behind, guys. I'll drop back out of the chat. Yeah, I'm on 53 minutes at the moment. It's brilliant. Hardly any backlift. Bends it over Joe Rodon's head so the keeper doesn't see it till late. And it's in the top corner and the fans go mad. And Tell gives it the big full celebration. So pleased for the kid. So pleased for him. He's obviously got talent and class, but sometimes he's wild with his decision making on the left. But what he's got is pure technique, and you can see that with his crossing, and you can see it with his finishing. Remember he scored. Did he score? I think at Ellen Road earlier this season. He scored a good. I can remember a good few goals he scored where he's shown that without any backlift, he develops power. Similarly, I've talked about this before. Similarly, develops power with low backlift, like Jermaine Defoe did. Jermaine Defoe's in the studio tonight. And that is a rare skill, and Leeds, who are taking Strauk off now, actually probably a pretty smart move from Strauk to drop to his knees to the floor now, because Spurs were really up and the crowd were fully behind them. This allows Leeds to just try and calm the crowd down a little bit. They're just showing Archie Gray on the subs bench. Also on the bench, Sarr, Bergvall, Madison, Souza, I think, might be on there. Fans loving this. We need another one, though, boys. We need another one. It's going to be Bornau coming on for Strauk. Be interesting to see about subs. Usually, De Zerbi likes to make subs around 60 minutes, and that's only in 5 minutes' time. Although we've had a couple of little injury stoppages in this second half already. Leeds have the throw on the left. Spurs ready to put the press on. They're up a bit at the moment. Polinia is fouled from behind, but the ref doesn't give it. That's mad. Porro, don't foul him here. Don't foul him. Porro is livid that foul wasn't given. And Polinia has stayed down. You've got to get up here, Jout. Need help. Come on, mate. Yeah, even Alan Smith says it's a foul. Oh, now I'm buffering. That's frustrating. Come on. Come on the feed. Come on the stream. You can do it. Okay, I'm back. Not only is it a foul in the air, but Calvert-Lewin stamps on his calf, and the ref gives nothing. It's completely mad. Ugh, buffering so much, so frustrating. Come on. Come on the stream. You can do it. There we go. We're back. That's some poor refereeing right there. It's going to be a throw into Leeds on the left. And they'll put a long throw in, I would have thought. If we concede here, that would be absolutely wild and typical of our season. Here comes the long throw. Danso gets up, comes to the edge of the box, and they get in each other's way, which probably helps Spurs there. Now they get a cross in from deep. Oh, and comes all the way through. Kinski keeps it on. Now be careful with your 8 seconds here, Antonin, because he gave it, didn't he, in the first half, the ref? And Kinski throws it wide left to Doggy. He's got space in front of him to drive into. Go on, Destiny. And he just holds it up, drops it back to Van der Ven, who will come across to Danso. Danso wanted to slip it into Bentaker for a bounce pass there into midfield, but Bentaker kind of shied away a bit. Now Porro's come in inverted. Danso now gives it to Bentaker for the bounce back, and Danso gives it back to Polinia on the right, who tries a ball over the top, kind of diag. Strange ball, to be honest. Bentaker gets something on it in midfield. Udogi gets the second one. Now it drops to Porro. Can he put Kolumwani in? Oh, it's not a great ball, but Kolumwani gets a touch on it. Oh, chance for Kolumwani. Chance. Crosses it. I'll tell you what, Kolumwani did brilliantly there. Kolumwani did brilliantly. He could have shot, but he crossed it to Richarlison. It was quite high. Big chance for Richarlison over the bar. Oh, he should score 8 yards. Oh, and he's 50p'd it. He skewed it. Good stuff from Colomwani as the ball bounced over his shoulder. Spurs have a throw-in from the game carrying on the left-hand side. 57 minutes I'm at, guys. De Zerbi on the sideline, shouting and screaming at his players. Spurs have it back with Bentancur, and I'm buffering again. Fuck off. So frustrating. Come on. Okay, I've got it back. Tell now on the left. Just calmly goes back to Doggy. And Spurs kind of happy to move Leeds around now and wait for their opportunity. And Van der Ven pulls it back to the left-hand side. Gives it into Tell. He fronts up his man. He's driving up against Dan James. Yeah, pulls it on his right foot again. Oh, he drops it to Bentancur, who unfortunately... Oh, but the ball comes to Udogie. He's got a chance to get across to Udogie, but it's buffering. We've got men in the box. Porro, Richarlison, and Colomwani are in the box. I'm waiting to see what happens next. So frustrating. Here it comes. Cross in. And now it falls to the edge of the box. Oh, but Colomwani pulled out. And Polinia came in. Nothing comes of it. 58 minutes and Danso gets it back to Kinski. And Kinski calmly finds Bentancur. Drops it back to Danso. I'm going to try and find another feed of this because it's unbearable. 58 minutes 36 on my main feed, but I'm going to try and find it on my phone. Ball in between the lines to Richarlison. Beautiful football from Spurs. Oh, but we can't do it. And unfortunately, Leeds come the other way. And actually, they're 2 minutes ahead on my phone, so I'm going to use my phone. It looks like they just had a good chance here, Leeds. Yeah, just over and wide from Leeds. So I'm a bit ahead on the... And they're making some subs, but the Spurs fans are still up. But Leeds getting the ball down here a bit, but Porro stops the through ball. Oh, but they get a ball in behind. Calvert-Lewin's done well. He's at the byline. Danso's gone all the way with him, but now Danso's not in the box, but Danso blocks the cross. But Calvert-Lewin gets it back. I'm on 61 minutes 37 now. I can barely see the screen, but it is what it is. Oh, and a terrible ball, and Richarlison puts the press on and goes back to the keeper, Darlow. I will still say Tottenham need a second goal here. Leeds playing... Colomwani putting a press on. It goes back to the keeper. Fans love that from Colomwani, though. Darlow has it in his own box now. And Bentancur's asking Richarlison to press a bit harder here, but Richarlison looks like he's blowing a bit. So Leeds are able to play an easy bounce pass into midfield and back. And now Leeds down their right-hand side. Now it looks like Leeds are going to make some subs. Oh, Willy Gnonto's coming on. He's a good player. He's a good player on the break. $302 of you watching with me, guys. Please do give this video a like and press subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. As we get into the business end of this game, squeaky bum time, frankly, as Spurs give away a free kick just inside their own half. Frustratingly, my feed on my phone is now just cutting out all the time as well. So I might go back to the... Very frustrating with the streams at the moment. But Leeds have a free kick and they're putting all their big men up. Here it comes. Delivered to the back stick. Got a player underneath it. Udogie did well, I think it was. Rodon going back towards his own goal. Spurs in a decent shape, and the fans love us pushing him back to their own keeper. But Leeds are getting a bit more space on the ball here as the game spreads out. Goes back to Darlow again. I'm on 64 minutes now, guys. It's jumping about a bit, I'm afraid. Spurs can win it high here, maybe, or Bentaker tried to get a little touch in, but we weren't able to get it off. And now we're pushing them into little dangerous places, but they've done well, Leeds, here to get out. And Tanaka doesn't get enough on it, though, and Pedro Porro picks it up down the right-hand side and does well, turns away, and so he keeps the ball. Now just do it simple here, and he does. He goes back to Kinski. Don't mind that at all at 1-0 up. Kinski putting his foot on it, waiting for options. Gallagher comes short for him. And instead, he chips it over the top towards Kolo Muani. Can he win that, Kolo Muani? He does nearly get something on it. He keeps it on. Well done, Randall. He's got 2 men against him here, though, Randall. He has to drop back, and he fucking plays a horrible pass. And then Van der Ven helps him out. And the Leeds player is acting as if it's a terrible tackle. It was Polinia, sorry, not Van der Ven. All right, I'm going to jump as this free kick happens from my phone to the TV again. It was a bit of a, it was a pretty tough challenge. The moment I've jumped to the TV, it starts buffering again. So frustrating. So frustrating. Just losing stream after stream here. So I'm trying to go for the stream on my computer. Stick with me, guys. Stick with me. Okay. 66 minutes on the computer. Just do it easy, Jow. And he does. He drops it to the left. Bentaker goes around the corner. It comes into Richarlison's feet. Can he hold it up? Gives it into Gallagher. Poor touch from Connor. But Spurs win it back again. It's a bit scrappy in midfield now. Joao Polini wins a header in there. But Leeds get the ball out wide left. And Spurs are a little bit on the defensive here because Porro's out of position. He might take a yellow here, Porro. In fact, the Leeds player comes through. And Polini tries to help him out. But Tanaka whips it off him. Oh, careful, Kolo Muani. Leeds just getting a little bit of possession here with Ampadu. Tell working hard on the left-hand side, though. Nyonto is playing out on that right-hand side up against Tell and Udogi. And Nyonto has the ball now. Drives through the middle, past Richarlison. Gets it out wide right. Good stuff from Nyonto. Trying to find a position for a cross here, Leeds. This is good possession from Leeds. I'm at 67 minutes 12, by the way, for any of you guys watching with me. Rodon. Like I said, this is good possession from Leeds here. Spurs are in a half decent shape. They play just looking to find cracks in the shape at the moment, Leeds. Oh, they found a bit of space. Chance for a cross, and it's blocked. Well done. So throw in for Leeds on the right-hand side. Yeah, Spurs starting to sit back a little bit. Last 10 minutes possession has been 62% Leeds. It really frustrates me. It's what we did against Brighton. And I think we've proven all season that we need to be on the front foot to have any chance of winning any games. That's why we've won the game against Villa. Anyway, here comes the long throw. Rishi gets up for the first one. Comes to the edge of the box. Left-footed shot. Bit of pinball. Tell gets up. Oh! Matisse Tell just did something completely mental. Matisse Tell just did an overhead kick in his own box. Could be a penalty here. What is he doing? What is he doing? Spurs are on the attack, bizarrely, with Kolo Muani, who's held it up. But if he contacted him in the box there, Tell, it's going to be a penalty. Why is he trying an overhead kick in his own box? And the Leeds player is still down. This is mad from Matisse Tell. Oh, it's going to be a penalty. I don't know why the ref hasn't given it in real time. But Matisse Tell is trying an overhead kick in his own box. Is there much contact? I don't know if there's contact. I don't think there's contact, but he's acting like there's contact, but I don't think there is. But I'm not sure Tell. Oh, it's going to be a penalty. What is Matisse Tell doing? From hero to zero? What a fucking idiot! Right, we need you, Antonin Kinski. It hasn't been given yet, but it will be. My God. Why is he trying an overhead kick in his own box? Thing is, it has to be clear and obvious. And again, once again, 4 or 5 what looks. Once again, just like last night. Clear and obvious, but they're having to do it 100 times. But you know this one will bite Spurs. If it's not clear and obvious, you can't give it. And if he's been kicked in the face, he wouldn't be up. But anyway, they're going to give it. You know they are. Yeah. Ridiculous from Matisse Tell. Madness. I don't think he definitely kicked him in the head. He nearly did, but I don't think he definitely did. But of course, the Leeds player acts like he did. I know, maybe he did, but it's absolutely ridiculous from Tell. It's absolutely bizarre. He's such a bizarre player. He's just done something so fantastic, and then he's ruined it. Now, Kinski has already made one magnificent save in this. Vicario came to Spurs kind of renowned as a penalty saver, and he's never saved a penalty for Spurs, as far as I'm aware. Kinski has a real chance to be a proper hero. This ref is still looking at it, and he can't tell if he's kicked him or not. So it shouldn't be given, but you know it will be. It's completely mad. Here we go. It's going to push them away. Yeah, here we go. Mental. After review. Matisse Tell is mad. What's he doing? Second time in this game, he's tried something completely bizarre in his own box. Come on, Antonin Kinski. Get all the defenders following up as well. Absolute madness from Tell. Richarlison's trying to get involved, of course. So it's going to be Calvert-Lewin. Has Kinski done his homework? Like I said, Vicario's never saved a penalty for Spurs, as far as I'm aware. Kinski has a chance to make himself a proper hero. He's already made one brilliant save tonight. Spurs players need to follow this up in case he makes a save, and they need to be the first ones to get there. Completely mad from Tottenham. The hope that kills you every time. I wonder if he'll go down the middle. 73 minutes gone. It's Calvert-Lewin against Kinski. Come on, Antonin. Scores 1-1. Mental that we gave that chance away. Completely ridiculous. Completely mad. Fucking idiot. So now we've got 20 minutes. I wonder if he'll, as the fans try and get behind Spurs again, Kinski actually went the right way, but it's a brilliant penalty. I wonder if he'll fancy bringing on Maddison. But I've got West Ham. My boss is a West Ham fan. He was saying, "Oh, West Ham are definitely down." I was like, "No, it's the hope that kills you. Spurs will find a way to do something completely ridiculous, and that's what's happened." What is Matisse Tell doing? You're a fucking idiot. Literally in a relegation battle, 1-0 up. You've done the hard work, and De Zerbi looks to the sky. I'm not surprised. Crazy. We could lose this game from here. I told you at half time, I told you I feared heartbreak. And now Leeds pick it up in central midfield, but Destiny Doggy did well. But Leeds now in down the right-hand side. They've got men in the box. Gnonto now taking on Bentancur. He's got a runner with him. He finds the runner. Cross coming in. Chance for Leeds here. And it comes through to Kinski. Completely mad that Spurs have got themselves in this situation. Kinski's just given it to Polinia. Goes to Porro. Has to go back to Danso. Oh God! And none of them have got none of them are brave on the ball. Kinski did well there to find Van der Ven. Spurs are losing their fucking confidence here. Doggy does well to find Bentancur. He gives it to Gallagher. Opens it out now to Polinia. Jesus Christ, this is so stressful. Polinia into Gallagher. Don't forget the games after this: West Ham, Newcastle away, and we have Chelsea away. If we lose this game, it'll be just 1 point. And Tottenham, because of that bit of idiocy from Matisse Tell, with him having scored the first goal, he's then ruined it. And Danso tries a big long ball over the top towards Tell. Can he keep it on? No, he can't. It's a goal kick. I guess all I can think is that his adrenaline was still up or something to try an overhead kick in your own box to a ball when there was no danger. And now the Spurs fans, there's no atmosphere now because the Spurs fans just resigned. Yeah. Co-commentator talking about the nervousness around the ground. Of course there's a nervousness. We've absolutely fucked ourselves as per usual. Leeds go long. Leeds getting everything down in midfield now, but actually Colomwani won that. And then Gallagher straight away tries to put him through. Goes back to the keeper. Darlow kicks it high. Bentancur's underneath it. Gets a win on it. Gallagher pushes. Tanaka's everywhere. He's a good player, I told you. I wonder if he hasn't made a sub yet. And I wonder if now's the time for Maddison, but it's completely wild that we're in this position. I told you we'd need a second goal. But talk about shooting yourself in the foot with the most ridiculous thing I've seen. Darlow goes long with the ball now, up towards Calvert-Lewin, of course. Danso does well. And now Spurs just... Richarlison fouled in the back, but of course not given. Jesus fucking Christ, this referee. "77 minutes gone. Stop showing me who's in the crowd." Kinski goes long. Up towards Rishi, who flicks it on well, and he's fouled Richarlison. But Colomwani holds up the second ball and gets it to Gallagher. He's got a man on him. He manages to do well there, Gallagher. He gets it wide, but his cross goes all the way off. And that's 2 fouls in a row on Richarlison the referee hasn't given. Mad. I think he's calling Lucas Bergvall over. Yeah, he is. Bergvall's going to go on. We've seen Bergvall do some good pressing when he's come on as sub, and we're going to need some of that. Leeds go long from Darlow. Again, Calvert-Lewin underneath it. Goes over Van der Ven. He's facing the wrong way. He turns away from it. Good defending from Van der Ven. He's got to get rid of it down the line. Oh, it goes straight to the Leeds player, Gnonto, outside the box. Chance on the edge of box for Justin here, but it's a good block from Porro. Richarlison can't hold the ball up, unfortunately. Everything falling to Leeds at the moment a little bit. It's ugly stuff from Spurs. Bentancur does really well. And then gives it to Tell, who turns well. And that should be a booking, and will be. Well done, the ref. You've actually fucking made a good decision. Rodon gets booked. Spurs just can't do anything calmly and easily. What we have to do now is try and get back on top of this game and try and make ourselves a chance somehow. Kinski gives it into Danso, who's, again, nobody really showing for him, only Bentancur really. So I had to go back to Kinski, gives it into Van der Ven. Goes down the line to Doggy. His first touch was not good and has to flick it up in the air. Then Gallagher's caught underneath it. Oh my God, the ref has just given Leeds a free kick. Fuck off, ref. Ref has literally just given Leeds a free kick because the man asked for it for no other reason. Now Leeds have a chance to get the ball in the box. Oh, we're going to lose this game. We're going to lose this game. I knew there were going to be more highs and lows to this season. Tottenham going to get relegated, you know. It's mad. Here comes the free kick. It's high towards the back post, towards Rodon. Won by Danso, comes to the edge of the box. Spurs half-heartedly trying to put a press on. But once again, we're in this position we've seen so many times this season where they want to make a substitution. Polinia's just run past the ball. Gnonto running. They're in here. They're in. Big chance. Massive tackle, Mickey van der Ven. Saved us. It was offside anyway. It wasn't offside anyway. Gnonto causing us all sorts of trouble. Now we've got to get that Bergvall substitution on, surely. They're giving it as offside, but I don't think it was. Bergvall coming on, but nobody else. Who will it be? Polinia, I wonder? No, it's Bentancur. He obviously, De Zerbi knows how much we need Bentancur in those last two games, but Christ. He's the last one I would have taken off right now. In the last 10 minutes, boys and girls, this is horrible stuff to watch. Spurs haven't made a chance since the goal, really. Kolo Muani flicks one on. Spurs win a throw in high. Porro's going towards it, but maybe they should get Danso on it, frankly. That's how bad we've been recently. Yeah. Well, Porro actually throws it to Danso. And not sure that was the right decision. Danso goes to Polinia, gives it to Bergvall. He is on the pitch now, as we know. Danso under a bit of pressure, gives it into Gallagher, drives down the line. Good stuff. It's Polinia, sorry, not Gallagher. Gives it into Porro. He's in a bit of space, but heavy touch. Oh, and then the Leeds player goes down. Fuck off. Fuck off, ref. Oh, he's booking Porro. Of course he is. Jesus Christ. It's just a heavy... Oh, my God. Referee's just so shite. Fucking hell. All right, we don't need to see any more replays. Just fucking show us the match. There's going to be a sting in this match's tail, guys. There really is. Leeds taking their time, of course. Madders. I think there's a big cheer because Madders is getting warm. Madders is coming on. Come on, Madders. Just get your top off. Let's get as much of you as we can. Come on. God, what a story this could be. Darlow goes long. But how many times this season have we been ready to make substitutions, and in the time it takes to make the substitutions, we concede a goal? So Spurs have a throw-in their right back position. Porro tries to throw it down the line. Kolo Muani can't get it down. Spurs, with Danso, managed to clear it down towards Rodon, who heads it on. Justin heads it on. Danso with the next one. This is an ugly, ugly second half, to be honest. Bergvall wins the header. It's coming into midfield, but Calvert-Lewin gets ahead of Danso, and he shoots from fucking miles out, and it's embarrassing, to be honest. Spurs with the goal kick. Van der Ven gives it to Kinski, and Calvert-Lewin straight on him. So Kinski goes long up towards no one. Goes off. And now we can do the subs. This could be interesting. Or no, they're not doing the substitution yet. Annoying. 84 minutes. Well done. Gallagher gets in ahead of Tanaka, but Bergvall can't get it down. Then it goes into the channel towards Danso. Can Danso not take this throw and just luzz it, Miles? And the crowd just get massively up because Madders comes on the sideline. Good lad, Madders. Let's get him on. Get him on the pitch. Madders and Spence coming on. I love this. Who's it for? Patel. He'll be blowing in about a minute's time, Madders. But can we get him in a position to have a shot or make something happen? New doggy coming off. I guess, again, De Zerbi knows how much we need him in the coming games. Come on, Madders. Let's get Madders on the ball somehow. He'll be nervous about his knee. Of course he will. He's had 2 knee injuries in a row, Madders. Spurs try and play it over the top. Rishi chases. Bergvall's gone out on the left. Kolo Muani somehow is still on this football pitch. He must be fucking unbelievable in training, Kolo Muani. Van de Ven doesn't challenge Calvert-Lewin. Madders flicks it round the corner. His first action, flicks it off for a throw-in. Got a terrible feeling about this last few minutes, lads. Tottenham Hotspur, man. The fans trying to get behind us now as Rodon throws it down the line. Comes all the way to Danso, who passes it across. Not the best pass to Porro, so he's under a bit of pressure. Oh, and he tries a bit of a dodgy ball down between the lines and get away with it. Kolo Muani actually, I think, got an important touch there. But every second ball seems to be going to Leeds at the moment. Gallagher finds Porro, who tries to come inside his man and actually follows it up quite well. Does okay. Gallagher then wins a header. It's really scrappy in midfield. Now it falls to Bergvall. He finds a good pass out to Van de Ven. Gnonto was about to press Spence, but Spence gets some time on the ball. And then a heavy touch. That's a throw into Spurs. Leeds fans loving this at the moment, as every away team does when they come to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for the last couple of years in the Premier League anyway. 86 minutes. Danso driving forward with the ball. He gets pressed, gives it to João Palhinha, goes down the line to Kolo Muani. Two heavy touches from Kolo Muani, 3 heavy touches from Kolo Muani, loses the ball, but then at least works backward, wins it back, gives the ball inside, but it's a shit pass to Porro, and it goes off the pitch. And somehow De Zerbi is still applauding Randall Kolo Muani. I have to say, I was surprised he got so much love, Kolo Muani, when he was high-fiving the fans after the Villa game. I didn't think he was that good, but lots of people thought he was brilliant for some reason. I cannot believe how bad he is sometimes, most of the time. But listen, if we make him a chance and he scores a goal, I'll keep my mouth shut. Danso gets the ball down to Van de Ven. Can you drive forward now, Mickey? Go on, drive forward. Now pass. Bit of a heavy touch and at least fouled by one player. Oh my God, this referee is an absolute joke. He's given the foul for handball against Mickey Van de Ven when he was fouled by 2 players. There's one arm against across him. Oh my God. Of course, the co-commentator's agreeing. 88 minutes gone. Leeds. Spurs can't make a chance and haven't done since maybe a minute or 2 after the goal. And they've just called this all on themselves. Darlow's going long. The centre-backs have gone up for Leeds. It's a free kick. Here it goes. He's put like sky on that. Danso's won the first one really well. Tanaka's won the second one. Madders underneath it. He's not going to challenge for that. Now Danso clears it. And Kolo Muani can put the chase on in the channel. Don't foul him, Randall. Don't foul him. And Leeds have given the ball away to Palhinha. Can he find a pass? He does, to Kolo Muani, whose touch is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And that was a real chance. It was a real chance to get us forward there. It comes through to Van de Ven, who pops it into Palhinha, Gallagher. Oh dear, he was under pressure there. And a terrible touch from Van de Ven. Spurs players are all shitting themselves here, big time. It goes back to Kinski, who at least is decent on his left foot as he gets up towards Bergvall. Bergvall's beaten in the air, and it's over the head of Gallagher, who has to volley it behind him. And Ampadu does well in midfield. He's had a good game. Spurs are in all sorts here. Gnonto now in midfield. We're in the 90th minute. How much extra will they find? Probably just enough for Leeds to score, I would have thought. Now Leeds go forward into midfield. Calvert-Lewin holds it up. Madders wins it. First proper touch for Madders. Puts his foot on it. Opens it out to Jed Spence. Madders drops off him for an option and puts his foot on it. Drops it into Bergvall. Madders, for the first time, because he's on the pitch and puts his foot on it for a little bit, Spurs actually get a little bit of possession for what seems like the first time in 30 minutes. Comes out to Pedro Porro, goes in. This is good position for Kolo Muani. Another heavy touch, gets to the byline, corner. Every touch with Kolo Muani is a heavy touch. 13 added minutes. What did I miss that led to 13 added minutes? I mean, I should be excited by that, but I'm scared by it. What did I miss that added up to 13 minutes? The penalty thing, I guess. Don't know. Anyway, corner for Spurs. Porro with it. It's going to be an outswinger. Here it comes. Danso wins the first one. Comes to Bergvall at the back. He's going to put his foot on it. Open it out to Spence. How's your delivery? Straight into the keeper who punches it. He probably should have just caught it. Comes out to Porro. He's got Gallagher with him. Drops it back to Gallagher. We're back inside. Back quite a long way back now. Gallagher with a brilliant pass out to Spence. Fantastic pass. Madders to Gallagher. Back to Spence. We're putting our foot on it a little bit. And Spence drives forward. Good lad. Go on, Spencey. Oh, he cut back. I don't think he should have done. But he wins a corner. Well done, Jed Spence. And Madders will take this from the other side. Come on, Madders. His hair is so long, Madders. It's more like Jack Grealish's. Come on, make yourselves a chance. Tottenham's 9th corner. Don't give away any silly fouls here. Just try and get on the end of it. Come on, lads. Come on, Madders. Good delivery. Flicked on. Oh, it doesn't fall to anyone in the 6-yard box, but it's cleared in the air. Spurs don't really get up for a header there. And Leeds being stronger, but it falls to Danso, who finds a good pass out to Porro. Tries a little 1-2 with Polinia. Comes back to Porro. Porro looking for an angle here. He's a good player, Pedro Porro. Gives it back to Polinia. Can he pull out a left foot cross? No, he doesn't. He pulls across to Gallagher. Gallagher tries a cross, but it's dinked up in the air. Richarlison gets something on it. Richarlison gets something else on it. Oh, and then Bergvall tries a very difficult skill and it goes over the bar. Fans trying to get behind us again. I think Spurs have been good this game until we scored the goal, basically. And then since we scored the goal, it's just like the pressure, you could feel the pressure come back on. Tanaka comes off. He's had a good game. Longstaff coming on. I can see him scoring for some reason. Has he scored against us before, maybe? For some reason, I can visualize Sean Longstaff scoring. He's brought on some fitness gels with teammates. That's surely cheating. Anyway, Darlow with the goal kick goes long. 10 minutes to go of added time. Spurs losing balls in midfield over and over again. Comes over the top of Spence. And he gets a touch on it, so he's going to have to get rid of this, Jed Spence. And he's on his own byline. Gives it into Conor Gallagher, who takes a horrible heavy touch, but clears it, and it falls to Porro. And his touch is not horrible. It's beautiful. And he opens it to fucking Kolo Muani, whose touch, of course, is despicable. I'm not sure I've ever seen anyone have as bad a game as Randall Kolo Muani. Maddison pressing from the front. Darlow has to hack it high into the air, but Kolo Muani, will give away a foul here somehow. We didn't challenge, but Porro wins it. Porro gets it back from Polinia. Now that should be a Leeds throw, I think. But Spurs, I think, get it because the refs were tempted to give a foul. Porro throws it into Polinia, who of course wants to go backwards. Gives it inside to Madders. Gives it back to João Polinia. Gives it back to Madders. Gives it back to João Polinia. Madders was pushed off the ball there, as was Polinia. Madders was trying to do things quickly. Let's get this in the box. The ref trying to calm things down. I have to say this is a dangerous situation for Spurs because as much as we want to go forward and try and score the winner. De Zerbi's booked, of course. Needs to be calmed down here, De Zerbi. As much as we need to go forward, if we give one, I think 1 point is better than none considering our goal difference. That's the way. I know it sounds odd to say, but De Zerbi's got to chill out. You don't want you off the sidelines against Chelsea, mate. Anyway, Porro is putting the free kick to the back post, but there's actually no Spurs player at the back post. How ridiculous is that? And now Leeds come forward. Oh, and Leeds breaking forward with men here. Oh, well blocked out by Porro. And Kolo Muani for once puts a good touch on it and comes inside. Can he find Madders? He does find Madders. Madders has a bit of space here. Gets it out wide to Richarlison. It's not a great pass. But Richarlison finds Madders in the box here. He goes to the left. Probably shouldn't have done. Tries to get across and that'll be a corner. Well done, Madders. He is rusty to say the least, but you would expect nothing different. 95 minutes gone. Come on, Madders. Set up a winner would be incredible story. Come on, we just need a bit of luck here. Had no luck all season. Here comes the ball from Madders. Easily cleared at the front post from Leeds. Like every corner today, pretty much. Madders knows it wasn't a great delivery. Danso coming across for the long throw. 7 minutes to go. And this is a long way out for a long throw. I wonder if he might just pop it short to Gallagher here. Oh my God, this referee is a fucking knob. This referee is a fucking idiot. It's so far out for this long throw. Can Kev even do it? Here he comes. He does in the end go across to Spence. He's got Porro with him. Porro being pressed quite hard though. So he gives it into Kolo Muani's feet. Drops it back off to Porro. Gives it back to Kolo Muani. Good shot back from Randall. Tries it back across to the back stick, but it's cleared. And the second ball falls to Gnonto. But Manda's got in the way well there and he's got it back. Gives a lovely little reverse flick to Gallagher, who's running into the box here. Brilliant from Conor Gallagher, but he runs into a dead end a bit. And then he fouls his man. Of course it is. He just ran into a dead end there. I really fear for this last 8-9 minutes, 5-6 minutes for Spurs. Oh, Gnonto just literally fell to the ground, but it's always going to be given. So Darlow goes long. Danso's underneath it. Oh, and he doesn't win it, and it falls to Longstaff, but Porro gets a big foot in. Stand up, Spurs. Stand up. Well in, Balinia. Oh, it's the ref playing play on there. They're in. They're in. They've hit the bar. The Spurs have got lucky. Still at Gnonto. Cross comes in. That's a corner. Spurs so lucky. And it was Longstaff. I told you. I fucking told you. Has he saved it? Has he saved it? He saved it. What a keeper we've got on our hands. Wow. Wow. We are so lucky to have him. What a save. Man of the match. But Spurs have to deal with a corner here. Told you. Got a bad feeling about heartbreak. We got lucky there. Well, just genius from Kinski, but Spurs are sucking the ball in their own net here. Here comes the corner. It's a deep one. They've got men at the back. Bergville wasn't even looking at the ball, but it goes over everybody. Stack gets a big cross in. It's one at the front post. Chance at the back post. And it's still alive. Longstaff had another chance. I fucking told you Longstaff was going to score. Goals Hassel. Leeds have the ball again. Spurs just can't get the ball. And then Kolo Muani's given away another free kick. Wow, they should have scored twice. Just letting crosses come in, not challenging for balls. And Longstaff has missed an absolute sitter at the back post. Tottenham sucking the ball in their own net with their abject fear. The only reason Longstaff didn't get hold of that is because it was on the half volley. It was actually quite a difficult skill. But they've got another free kick. It's coming. It's coming. This is wide right. And Spurs lacking leaders on this pitch. Lacking leaders. If we get away with this free kick, we've got to try and put a foot on the ball. Here it comes towards the back stick again. Danso's underneath it and he was fouled. Well done, Kevin Danso. Rodon and Danso clash heads. At this point, I'm biting your fucking hands off for a draw. But we're going to get more of this shit at home against Everton, and you know Chelsea will turn up. Jesus Christ. But Antonin Kinski kept us in this game. The shot is from 7 yards, and it's a brilliant save. Tips it onto the crossbar. Wow, he's made 2 unbelievable saves in this game. And he's got the ball at his feet now. Opens the ball out to Danso. He's too scared and tries a bit of a dangerous ball to Polinia. Madders is offering him an option, but Danso tries a little chip into midfield. Up to Spence, who does well, actually. Gives it to Rishi. Gives it to Spence. Spurs have done well down the left here. Gallagher finds Bergvall, who does well to hold on to it. He's got Madders with him. He doesn't. He tries the cross towards the back stick, but straight to the Leeds player, and the second ball is straight to Leeds as well. Kolo Muani, who somehow is still on this pitch, sees it go out for throw-in. We've got 1 minute, 3/4 left here. Danso to Madders. Gives it back, to Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani goes inside to Porro. Back to Madders. Plays a good ball to Gallagher. It's all coming out to Kolo Muani. Can he do one bit of good skill? He can't. It's a throw-in, but chance for Danso to luzz it in the box. But Gallagher wants to do it quick. Yeah, he's asking for Kev. Yeah, and here comes big Kev Danso. Can we, hilariously, score our first long throw goal of the season right at the end of the 36th game of the season? Keep it away from the keeper's arms and try and find a way to make something happen here. Come on, Tottenham. We're in the last minute of the game. Okay, it's a flat one. It's a good one. Chance for Polinia. Oh, it's blocked for throw by Calvert-Lewin. Well, they've taken it quickly. Madders gets to the byline. Oh, he's gone down, Madders. The ref has bottled it. He's given a corner. I don't think that was a penalty, I have to say. But they never give anything, do they? They never give anything. But Madders tried to make it happen. I don't think this is a pen. Oh, it is a pen. It is a pen. That should be a pen. That should be a pen. Madders. They've got to give this. They've got to give this. He does. It's a penalty. Spurs haven't had a single pen all season, and the defender does not touch the ball. This is absolutely huge. Literally the last thing that's going to happen in this game. Oh, he's not given it. Wow. Spurs have a corner. But he says no touch on the ball. Oh, a fucking joke. Anyway, Madders with the corner. Fucking Spurs haven't had a penalty all season. Come on, Tottenham. Just do something mad, but don't give away a transition goal. Here comes Madders' corner. Good delivery. Cleared, as it has been all day, by Leeds. Porro gets it out wide. Polinia with the cross, is it? Bergvall gets up, but Leeds just clearing everything. Comes again. Is it Gallagher? Who gets it out wide right towards Madders. Not the best pass, actually. Madders does well with it. Gets out to Porro, who goes inside to Gallagher. Spurs gives it to Bergvall. Cuts back. Goes back to Madders. He gets his cross in towards the back post. Danso up towards Rishi. Gets a shot, and that's deflected over the bar by Joe Rodon, of course. Come on, Spurs. Porro with what the last Surely the last kick of the game. Don't take your time here, Pedro. I thought that could have been a pen. Madders has gone short for him, but he's not. He's going to just get it in the box. We've just put it on Leeds' heads all game. Here it comes. Oh, and it's flicked over. And that should be another corner for Spurs. Leeds have won every aerial ball today. Come on, Madders. Good delivery. Come on, Madders. Somebody's got to get on the end of it. It'll have to be someone like Big Kev Danso or Van der Ven. Here he is. He's gone deep again. Leeds have won the first one and the second one. Comes to Gallagher. He tries to fight. Brilliant ball from Gallagher out to Madders. Fronts up his fullback, and that's a foul. And the ref blows for full time. All right, guys. I will... I think a point is obviously better than none, but poor. I will be going across to my other stream on YouTube. Come and find me there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. 2 points. Come on, you Spurs.
Get yourself to okjersey.com where you can buy all the best football shirts around, including the amazing vintage Spurs tops I wear on this channel. But I think the Spurs shirt you'll really want is, of course, the absolutely magnificent Tottenham 1901 FA Cup winners 125-year anniversary top, available in both short and long sleeve. And as if that wasn't enough, if you go onto their website and like the look of one of their shirts, choose your size, get your name and a number on the back or the Champions League badge on the sleeve as well if you're that way inclined, then go to checkout, type the word BARN into the coupon section. That's BARN as in short for Barnaby, and when you do you'll get 8% off your purchase. Get yourself to okjersey.com, or if you're too lazy to go to the website, just scan the QR code that's on the left of me throughout the